Yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the AEW Sidecast here on the Mike the Ref Twitch channel. April 26th, 2023. How the hell y'all doing here today? It is going to be a crazy day. Dynamite's absolutely loaded. Ha! A local furniture store. Well, at least they tailored the ads to you, JJ. So, I appreciate what they do for the ads. The ads do help out the channel a little bit. It all depends on how many people watch them. So, you know, it's a necessary evil these days when it comes to ads. So, and once again, if you're at all interested, there is twitch.tv/turbo that is available for ads. If you don't want to watch them, that's a way to fix it. As well as subscribing to the channel, you'll avoid all ads coming up. But this week on Dynamite, we got a little bit of fallout here. Hey, Frosty! We got, was it Bandido versus Orange Cassidy? We got Don Callus starting to create some headaches here with Takeshita and Omega taking on the Butcher and the Blade, trying to come up with... for lack of a better term, trying to make that a thing, I think is the best way to put it here. And then, as well, in an interesting old school kind of match, just based on, you know, the stipulation involved, Jade versus Taya Valkyrie, which is a match I am really looking forward to for the TBS Championship. And the road to Valhalla, Jade, whatever you want to call it, from Taya is banned apparently. We'll get into that as we get going here. And also, Dax Harwood, fresh off his canceling his podcast, is going to be taking on Jeff Jarrett one-on-one. We could talk about that, too, because, you know, it's interesting what the social media highlights of life can create when it comes to stuff. And then... as well, probably our main event tonight, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin for the shot to take on MJF at Double or Nothing, which I personally is going to think either it's going to be a Jungle Boy spot throwing everything out or an MJF spot throwing everything out. One way or the other. We got an entire month till Double or Nothing, so I got a feeling we're going to see some shenanigans there. But speaking of shenanigans... and I'm not talking about you, Frosty Feet. Good to see you here tonight. How are you doing? How is everybody doing in the chat? Hope everybody is doing amazingly. Because let's put it this way. I am... you know when you get a little bit of overload for everything and you got so much to do and you just... personally, I do suffer from energy drain quite a bit. Whether it be my anemia, whether it be long COVID or whatnot, I don't know. But either way, I got so much on the go right now. We got, of course, you guys have watched the Breath of the Wild streams that have been going up lately, getting that ready for Tears of the Kingdom in 2 weeks. I just, today I recorded the Street Fighter 6 showcase. I did a viewing of it, and basically you can watch me watch through it and give my thoughts and feelings about everything. Coming up tomorrow on our YouTube channel. Once again, I want to give a shout out to our YouTube channel here. I'm just really excited for Street Fighter coming up. You got the beta for King of Fighters 15. It's a cross-play beta, so basically we're going to have access to all 52 characters. And it's just online matches. It's not directly linked. You don't have to own the game to go through the beta on this one, because it is a separate download. We got the Electric Show League. I got my match against Crowder coming up on Friday, which I do totally feel this is going to be appropriate. That should be about as too big of L's as you're going to get in this league. I'm hoping to take them to 6 innings. That's my goal is. I was about to uninstall Twitch today, but I remembered I'd said, well, JJ, I thank you. I appreciate it that before you cancel Twitch off your phone, that you were willing to hang out with us here. It's truly appreciated. It's going to be a ton of fun here tonight. we're having a lot more fun than apparently what Vince McMahon's going to be having right now, because you sort of had a feeling this stuff was coming. You had a little bit of an incident here. There's another lawsuit filed on WWE by a former black scriptwriter. And that's the way the article came out, said black. I don't know if you, American, Canadian, Mexican, I don't know. But I'm assuming American, but I digress. Basically, she is suing WWE because a lot of the scripts that she was presented and she was forced to write were presenting racist stereotypes of wrestlers. Forcing Apollo Crews to talk in his Nigerian dialect, as well as another one talking about the 9/11 bombings and saying that a Muslim was responsible for it. Not saying, but saying Mustafa Ali. Some of Bianca Belair's promos apparently are included in it as well. And let's call a spade a spade. This is going to be the tip of the iceberg until Vince actually leaves. Because if he's not going to leave because of the sexual allegations and the money that's involved there, there is going to be lawsuit after lawsuit after. All these little things that have been swept under the rug for so many years are going to be brought to the forefront now. Because there was like, well, screw this. You screwed us over. We're not going to take this lightly anymore. And I am very happy to see this happening right now. I'm very happy to see that everything's coming to the surface that's supposed to happen. I'm not happy to see stuff like this happening. Because, frankly, it shouldn't happen in the first place. But if this is what it's going to take to get Vince McMahon out of power here in WWE, so be it. Another 3 segments, including one match on Raw this week, all women were cut. There was a Candice LeRae Piper Niven match that got cut. There was a segment backstage, I believe, with Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce that got cut. And then a Trish Stratus, I believe it's a promo, got cut as well. Which, with all due respect, if you want to build female rivalries, Candice LeRae Piper Niven, that would have been a hell of a match to start off with. In terms of starting up a little feud there. The Sonya Deville one, well, that's just to play off the Chelsea Green tag team. Why did you put me with her is probably where I would go with that, but I digress. And then the Trish one, that just baffles me. It's probably as much as you want Bianca and Io to be your top women's feud on Raw, well, let's face it, it's Becky and Trish. There's the star power. Becky is starting to turn in, Bianca is starting to turn into the Roman Reigns of Raw in terms of the female wrestlers there. So I don't know what to say about that point. But they're going to take some extra time to show off a new championship title, which, let's face it, this title, I love the promo from Triple H saying that he tried to make it sort of a workman's title because the other champion refuses to work, which he's smart because he sort of booked himself with a contract that he didn't have to work, yada, yada, yada. A lot of people are saying it's because nobody could beat Reigns and they booked themselves in a corner. I could see that as well. That's the most obvious choice, but the one thing about WWE is sometimes they'll throw something out there that has to go about four layers deep in order for you to understand what's exactly going on. Every once in a while, and especially with Triple H. Triple H has a way of getting things around, well, more so than Vince. Let's put it that way. Vince is very straightforward when it comes to his booking and whatnot. As we're getting coming up to Dynamite here at the top of the hour, I think that the biggest story out of AEW right now, well, frankly, it's Punk showing up at Raw just to say hello to everybody. Apparently, the turning point of him being there was when he wanted to say hello to Triple H and wanted to talk. And he finally Triple H turned to him and said, I got to check with Vince and see if he could be there, which is, I'm going to go speak to my manager and we're going to tell you to go away. Oh, and the pyro just went off, by the way, guys, if you need to sync things up. I keep forgetting that I need to still sync things up even though the clause is there.
But I'm better than you.
Whoa.
And you know it.
Remember the game. 16 months. Adam, how the hell are you doing? By the way, once again, thank you for the retweet on Twitter there. I appreciate it. Got to make sure I get one good retweet deserves another. But I hope you're doing well here today, and it's just been a very good week. It's been a very interesting week. We were talking just before this about how, oh, look, it's going to be the championship here that looks very close to the WWE World Heavyweight Championship now. I will say this, if you combined this championship that Orange Cassidy has with the AEW title, with the AEW branding on the front of it, and the shape of this title, you would get the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Because I find this one's a little wider than what the AEW Championship is. But don't you guys notice that a little bit? I get it, it's for branding. There's no reason why they couldn't have just, kept the old Goldie, but that's for nostalgia buffs, and sometimes you got to modernize some nostalgia stuff. Look at the Intercontinental Championship in WWE. Same thing. Now this is going to be a hell of a matchup to start out. The former Ring of Honor World Champion Bandido taking on Orange Cassidy here. So, what do I think of the new WWE title? To me, it looks like a combination of the AEW International and the World Championship if you combine them together. Myself, personally, I don't like it when it has that 3D effect where it stands. Unless you're going to make the actual WWE logo stand out, I don't like it when it has like a bubble standing out because it almost looks like you want to go up to it and just pop it. That little globe that's on there. And I remember exactly why they used to not do that at all before. And that's simply money. To me, now here's the story that, if you guys get a chance to check out Steven Larson on YouTube here, I believe they're saying the same thing. Rumors are going around that there's a possibility that Roman Reigns could win that championship too. Could you imagine them screwing that up that way? A belt you make a creative title in 2K or something. For me, I wouldn't mind most of it. Like literally, it's the bulge, it's the 3D styling of it. Because when you do a 3D title, it doesn't look good on TV. Straight up. It doesn't look good on TV because you get that fishbowl effect. I'm loving the Reigns reign, but giving him the new title would be it would be awful. It would be the worst thing going around, but nobody would put it up against the old Fed to do that, right? I love that Bandido knows the ferocity of the kicks coming out on when Orange puts the hands in the pockets. You know, it's pretty amazing right now, like getting into this match here. Orange Cassidy is meant to be the sloth, the guy that doesn't do a whole lot, the guy that keeps the... But yet, every week, like, I think he's missed 1 week out of 9 where he hasn't been opening the show. Oh, no. Oh, no. Finger guns in the pockets. Lance Storm will always be my triple champ. Absolutely. Hey, Jagger. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you here tonight. But it's so funny. Like, people want to discredit Orange Cassidy for being a slot. I honestly feel that he's pretty much treated every doubter and just said, no, we're done this. We're not fighting for this anymore. You guys can understand, I know what I'm doing, and I'm doing it well. Like, hell, this guy was a champ for a while as well with the AEW Games Championship. Hey, Zodiac, how you doing? Well, by the way, if you guys didn't see the AEW Arcade, the AEW Games Twitch channel, they've dropped some new merch on the AEW store, so I'm actually looking forward to getting some of that. I wished it would have been out earlier for Evil Uno's performance out here a couple weeks ago. Jesus, that bounce. Your chest is not supposed to bounce on the apron like that. But yeah, they got a Adam Cole shirt in Metal Gear Solid type of shirt. They have Uno in a purple shirt, which automatically is going to be an extra winner for me. And they got Kenny Omega in a, I think it's Terminator. I'd have to take a better look. I didn't get a chance to take a look at that one today. They were showing off the other two. But I am wearing my Ryu versus Adam Cole shirt. Shout out to Street Fighter. We got the demo. By the way, if anybody wants to see the demo in action, I will be doing a playthrough of the demo tomorrow night here on the Twitch channel. Probably going to start out with the King of Fighters 15 crossplay beta that's come out. Which, by the way, if you guys are interested in King of Fighters 15 but haven't bought it yet, the beta is free from tomorrow until Sunday morning. So it's going to be 3 days of you able to play the game regardless of platform. We're going to do sort of a 2-in-1 just because the amount of I got to do here in this week is absolutely freaking amazing here. Because it seems like we've locked in our GM mode on Saturdays quite a bit here. You guys have been enjoying that. But look at this stretch muffler here. Like, for a lot of people that watch the mainstream shows, this is Brock Lesnar's submission. And it's supposed to give you extra pressure on that ankle, right where Bandido's got his left arm there. Then, of course, the back as well, the way it's bending. But I have to ask you guys, what is your thoughts on Orange Cassidy and the reign that he's had? Like, a lot of people talk about too many titles in AEW, but this one's getting used every single week. Like, you know how they were trying to say that the TNT title was supposed to be the Workman's title? It almost feels like the international title is taking that spot easily right now. As we've hit picture-in-picture, got to make sure I mute because certain companies don't pay me for commercial audio on my channel, so I think he's the best champion they have week in and week out. You know what? I wouldn't doubt it. Like, don't get me wrong. I know you're a diehard MJF fan, Adam, but right now the promo game just is getting to me. His promo game is good. It's just long. And we'll see it out in the main event here tonight probably, because I'm sure he'll come out and fire something off for part of his interesting promo here. Oh, almost had that pin in commercial break. That would have been interesting there. Yeah, there's too many weeks where MJF is just talking for the sake of talking. I don't mind it. He defends pretty much every week on Dynamite, Rampage, Battle of the Belt. Like, he's everywhere with this championship. And, like, this is the true workman title. Hey, Jupiter. Good to see you here tonight, my friend. How are you doing? How is everybody doing today? Like, I know that it's been a real crazy week. This is the first real week of real warm temperatures here in Edmonton, as it's probably raining outside. I got my blackout curtains up, so I'm not really able to tell. And just for you hockey people, I know there is a few of them in here. For the record, anybody's asking me why I'm streaming during the Oilers games. I have officially decided that I am not watching any of the Oilers games because every time I don't watch, they dominate. Let's go Avs. It's going to be tough with Makar out now because he got suspended one game today for a hit that he did yesterday. So I think one of the things holding MJF back recently has been no real foe. Yeah, I think this whole four pillars thing is just not... It's just not lining up properly for him. So we've fallen back in the semi-freak spin in Minnesota, been below 45 for a week or so. We had that last week. So temperatures here are supposed to be in the, I guess it would be the 80s, upper 80s next on the weekend here. Plus 25 for a high, and for those in Celsius here coming up on Sundays. So I want it to stay warm. I don't want rain or snow coming up next Saturday. I don't blame you one little bit. And I'm pretty sure I know why that's the case for next weekend. For those that haven't, Jupiter, I'm going to throw this out here. I hope that it's loaded up still here. But want to give a special shout out here to Jupiter Vision while we're going on here. He's organizing a wrestling event next weekend. So if you're in Calgary, check this out.
Yay, purple stuff, Sunny Delight. Right here.
With all our wrestling fans here, I definitely have to show that off here because this WrestleMix, I'm really excited for. I've seen the card. It's looking really good. And Jupiter's doing a hell of a lot of work with that. So Jupiter, shout out to Cloud. Kudos to you guys. And best of luck to you next weekend on the event. I'm really looking forward to see what comes out of it here. So here in South Carolina, rained all day, about 50 degrees, feels chillier than that. We got that for the most part last week. And frosty, low 70s during the day, mid 50s at night, where I thrive. For me, if you talk about Celsius, you're going minus 10 to plus 10. And JJ, Jupiter has been very busy. I will say this, like I know some of his schedule between work and trying to basically put together a wrestling promotion when there's only two of them doing it right now. They definitely are. You're also going to Korea. Well, there you go. Need some Limp Bizkit, Cord, Rob Zombie in that music mix. Fair enough. Well, let's put it this way. When I get the YouTube feed up, coming up here immediately following the conclusion of tonight, you're not going to hear any music because that little clip there always gets DMCA'd on me. So that's going to get removed. So yeah, Jupiter's been a ton of busy here, and I'm looking forward to see what's coming out of there. That's 50 to 50 Fahrenheit. I can respect that. I naturally run hot, so I like it chilly. I appreciate it when it's... I don't mind when it's cold. Nice Michinoku driver there. I don't mind when it's cold for the fact you can put extra layers on. Because I know that's one big thing about the weather. Like, people complain if it's too hot or too cold. My apartment, they don't they highly discourage AC units in our windows, so. So unfortunately, when it gets hot, you deal with fans, you deal with shorts, and you pray that you don't sweat yourself to death. Just suck at dealing with stress and go to a Kakuta. I hear you, Jupe. Like, with me, like, one of these days I might actually get into it, like the actual amount of stress I've been feeling lately, but it's been a little crazy. Just decal the AC unit to look like a window. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Maybe just make it look like magic. Jesus! Bandido with the raw strength. Nice cutter. Look at that bounce. I really do appreciate when they do these cutters and they it literally just the reactions. Like, I love that Rock reaction on the stutter when he tries to do the somersault. It's so overdone. The Claudio Plex, that is freaking amazing. And I really wouldn't have shown that cutter again because he really didn't do much there. Yeah, most states in the U.S. don't require landlords to provide AC, just heat. Kind of lame. That's the same way here. Oh, so they're doing an early start time for Rampage at a 3:30 start. Okay. That's interesting to do there, that. See, unless you're dealing with states like Texas and California that routinely get into that 40 degree range, or 100 or whatever you want to call it in what in the, oh my God, one-handed and instantly to the top rope. And the Guerrero fought. Speaking of that, frog splash there, the little get. I know Bandido won't win, but you want him to. I'm with you. Oh, that was just, yeah, that wasn't good. Oh my God. But the fact they're making it so that there's a possibility that can win. I watched Rampage last week for the Vikingo and Dralistico match. It was good, but not as good as Omega and Vikingo. Yeah. Well, the thing about Rampage is the fact they're not getting the same time. There's a 3 count there on the beach break. All right, JJ, I'll let you and Jupe talk about that. You could DM each other if you want. But Orange Cassidy gets another win. And what, like, this is fantastic. Is he going to hang on to it until Pac finally gets over here again? I think Vikingo is legit hurt, but not seriously. He seemed off and hesitant most of the match. So, the guy brings the heat every week, too. He's just not a joke anymore. That's it. Like, oh, he's going to try to put the shades on Bandido. Oh, I'm going to hand the title off here. That's okay. Yeah, he's like, yeah, no, screw this. Did that match a little bit disjointed or sloppy? At near the end, I think right at the beginning, oh, somebody get that damn Yankees title out of there. Like, I'm sorry. Blow the whistle right now. Whoever's got that Yankees championship in the background, somebody confiscate that, burn it, melt it, sear it, kill it off. Oh. Okay. Well, he finally got the glasses fixed. You gotta love it when they can throw a little comedy element into some things, but Adam Cole, after what happened last week, was just pissed. So have JAS and Outcasts joined officially? I don't think so. I think it's more one of those, we both have common enemies here, and Anna JAS just wouldn't be the same effect as the Outcasts right now, or Ty Mello. Because Ty is basically tied up with Sammy right now. He's not doing anything. And Anna taking out Britt right now, that's not really in the program. I think it's more, we both have programs together. We're both heels. We're both representing coming from the Fed. Why don't we just work things out together to it? Because I think eventually we're going to get the mixed tag match with Adam and Britt taking on Saraya and Jericho. That's probably going to be one of your bigger matches that you're going to get out of this. And that might be a way that you extend that feud out. The Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and all that, or so. Yeah, Anna and Julia Hart going into a feud. Yeah, that makes more sense. Like, it's sort of a booking. How do I put this? One thing I've learned dealing with a lot of independent wrestling, and Jupiter could attest to this when it comes to storybook writing, and one of the lessons I learned very well from many promoters. Essentially, you're dealing with three main storylines off the top, and you want to make sure those three storylines are set through as your long-term storylines, especially if you got TV going on. That number can grow based on the number of hours you have available to have cameras on you. But the rest of it, you sort of just piece together and see what makes sense and let them run with it, right? So I got a feeling this Adam Cole, Chris Jericho feud was one of those main feuds. But they never included the fact that Anna Jay was going to be a part of this. And frankly, I don't think she should. She hasn't had enough matches. She's not credible enough. And you have this built-in storyline already. So if we get Adam Cole out here right away, I think it's going to be a big talking segment. There's not going to be much fists. Because you're going to see Jericho come out with like everybody from the JAS just blocking the way, except for Sammy, because Sammy's got a big title contendership match tonight. So all right, we're back to TV. Are we going to get Jarrett already in the ring? Nope.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dynamite. I'm here with Jungle Boy Jack Perry as well as Darby Allin. Jack, before we get into what went down last week with you, Darby did request to have this time to speak about what went down.
Jack, verbally, we said a couple things last week that they made both of us lean to a little too far. And I'm just here to ask them, chill whatever it is between us. We don't have to like each other, but we should respect each other. And if I knew what was going to happen last week, I would have been up in the rafters watching. I would have been the ringside because how your match with Sammy ended was crap.
All right, so the pure baby face.
Same thing tonight, so if you care about any of this filler stuff, all I'm
Damn, Jack still thinks it's 1994. I miss it too, but damn. Oh, that outfit. Oh, God, here we go. Here we go. I honestly think we're going to get this. Might be his dad's from 90210. Maybe. Grunge is back. Hey, everything old is new. You know, we just talked about it 5 minutes ago. Everything back in the 90s is cool now, right? Not exactly a promo class. Yeah, like that's the biggest problem we got right now with the pillars right now is the fact their promo skills just aren't there. Like you could see the potential of stuff there, but all right, why is everybody barred from ringside here? It should be Sanjay should be allowed. He's a legal manager. He's got a manager's license. Well, maybe. Jeff Jarrett should be barred for the ring, period. I will say this. If the shenanigans... If the shenanigans are around, he could still work. He can't work just by himself. This is why this scares me a little bit. I've seen kids wearing denim overalls and rocking one strap. I've seen Hobbs doing that now. So I feel the same way. So yeah, as I was mentioning during the pre-show here, if you haven't heard, Dax has canceled his podcast, citing it being too much harm than good when it comes to some of the comments that he made and some of the just some of the discussions that came up during the show, right? Yeah, but he can go so all the young guys that aren't on TV yeah. I get it. You want to see some of the younger guys. A guy like Jeff Jarrett there, he's there to bring in this old school talent, or old school viewers, right? Because everybody remembers Jeff Jarrett, and the fact that, let's put it this way. I'm not a big fan of Jarrett. I'll be the first to admit. You want to talk about carny pieces of well, Jeff Jarrett is a carny piece of So, if we could, but the thing is, people recognize him down south. Wait, hold on. Well, back this up. Well, I gotta blow a whistle here. Jupiter, you said that Amber just moved the couch from above you? I gotta go back up here with this. She just moved the couch. How is that equivalent to your daughter waking up? Does she make that much noise that it sounds like a couch moving? Really? All right. Well, why don't you go with that? Let's see here. JJ is doing a decent job of putting over younger talent.
But I'm better than you. And you know it.
Zodiac, 15 months? God damn. Good to see you here. And thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate every one of you here right now. I gotta back this up here. So, conversation's coming out fire and heavy here. JJ Jeff Jarrett doing a decent job putting over younger talent for the most part. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, personally, I can't stand the man for everything that happened with, even when everything happened with Kurt Angle and whatnot, right? And that all holding up the belts for the IC title way back when during the Attitude Era. Yager, did FTR officially re-sign with AEW? Yes, they did. It was at the end of April. I believe they signed at least a couple years. They cited that the schedule and being able to be around their family a lot more. So Jeff Jarrett has a stroke. Bring back the West Texas Rednecks. I hate rap. And somebody got to let Amber know that she makes as much noise as Lexi there when it comes. Well, I guess, most people would consider they moved up that much more here, so, in terms of noise wise. But yeah, this is the biggest mix that you have to deal with when it comes to dealing with wrestling these days, like to get the most fans out. Hell, I know it's just a game, but as we're going through GM mode, I'm finding the same problem here. Like, if you get if you get wrestlers in a match that you don't know about, and let's face it, most of them that are in here, we know a fair bit about. I'm not going to say we're the ultra knowledgeable ones. I watch a lot of wrestling. I enjoy a lot of wrestling. I'm not going to say I know every single person from every single promotion. If you're looking for that in a commentator, go to Big Bad Boris and check out Love Wrestling this Saturday on Twitch, Love Wrestling CA. Yes, I'm the plug service everywhere here. But the fact that a majority of people, they know guys like Jay Lethal, they know Jeff Jarrett, CM Punk, the reason that he was such a draw. Mainstream people knew him. So you got to find a way to incorporate these other people to learn to get, once you draw them in with these older names that may not be as good and show them what kind of talent you actually have on your show, that helps grow it up, right? It's a catch-22 because if you don't develop new names, you're hurting the brand. But if you don't bring big names in, people don't watch. The balance is so delicate. That's what happened with WCW, right? And like I said, I'm finding the same problem when I do the GM modes here every week. Trying to get these new stars built up, but at the same time, your viewership goes down because you have mediocre matches. Do you think it was a good move for Takeshita to join the Elite? I don't think Takeshita joined the Elite. I think that's the storyline that we're going with here, JJ. Don Callus wants Takeshita as part of the Elite. Kenny Omega is tagging with Takeshita tonight. Mainly because Don Callus doesn't want Adam Page near Kenny Omega ever again. I think that's the underlying storyline here as we're going along. WWE relied on Legends forever and the roster paid the price. WCW did that. WWE's done that. TNA did that. TNA was doing good up until the Hogan era, and then they thought that they had to do it that same way with developing... let's face it, one of the greatest wrestling matches in TNA history involves three people that a lot of people didn't know about on a larger scale. Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. Unbreakable 2005. Their triple threat match is well known to be one of the best, if not the best moment, or the best match in TNA Impact history. My favorite spot forever will be the Hurricane Rana off the top of the six-sided cage with Christopher Daniels and Elix Skipper taking on America's Most Wanted. So, to me, that was an absolute crazy spot. If you haven't seen it, Picture somebody tightrope walking the top of a cage. And then decide to do a Hurricane Rana onto somebody. Like, seriously. But I will say this. Getting back to this match here, Dax Harwood is actually a really good foil for a guy like Jarrett because he does wrestle that Southern style as well. Former Team Canada member Elix Skipper. Absolutely. Oh, and here we go. Shout out to Bret Hart. Nope. Oh, getting back to that title, I just thought about this. Oh my. Flying headbutt, that's, yeah. He doesn't use it a lot, but when he does, it just gives you the creeps a little bit. Brings you back memories of somebody. Not that it makes me feel bad about thinking about that guy. It's just the fact that all the backlash about it. Oh, they did the yard. He did the yard. Oh my God, that is beautiful. He faked the punch so that Jarrett would duck down and hooked him up for the pile driver there. Arnya Anderson used to do that as a forte. And instead of a pile driver, it'd be a DDT. Oh, here comes Jarrett's stick. His shtick of throwing himself to the outside. Just that, to hell with this match. I'm out of here. But I'm really hoping this... I know a lot of people are talking about that this game's never going to come out, but good, don't come back. I'll give you that one. Ha! Oh, Jarrett, what are you doing, man? He missed that spot completely. And again. Wrestling-wise, this is not exactly the most catch-as-catch-can night that we're getting here. There's some spots here that are just... drag over a knee breaker, sunset flip. Nope. Here's the... There it is. He was too far away that pulled him too close to the corner. Exactly. Like... Actually, I think he was too far away from the corner, too. I think the ring post is where he was supposed to hit his head there. Typically, people are now going to the... when they're doing that catapult spot, they're going to go to the ring post instead of the buckle, because the buckle just seems like not enough here. It sort of brings up that... if you guys didn't see, MJF put out a tweet earlier this week and then subsequently deleted it. Basically telling the rosters of, telling wrestlers in general to stop upping the ante for all these moves because everybody's looking to up the ante. Oh my God, they're doing the heated! I thought they were going to do the heated thing. And I get it. Like, people need to remember, oh, here we go. There's a stroke. You know, if there isn't shenanigans, it isn't a Jeff Jarrett match. There it is. Jarrett with the victory just to make Adam that much angrier. Hall of Fame pencil. Ugh. Really? Jarrett's even bleeding in the face. What a loser, yeah. Well, I hope this turns into something decent at least, though. But it also this also speaks to where we are with the tag team division in AEW. Oh. Yeah, baby! Here we go! Jupiter! My timeline is about to explode right now. Owen Hart Cup going to Calgary. You're fourth row for that show? Let's go! Sorry, I'm using this horn a lot here. For a Canadian, this is big. Big. Like, seriously, like, that is huge. Like, they're going to have Owen Hart Cup matches at Forbidden Door. They're going to have them in Edmonton. They're going to have them in Saskatoon. Like, if you guys didn't know, they're doing a whole tour of Alberta, Saskatchewan. They're right after Forbidden Door. They're coming out to Canada, basically to cover the 4th of July weekend, because our holiday is actually the week before. We actually get aren't getting just about as big as a pop as Wardlow. That's not good. But yeah, Canada Day falls on January 1st. The States gets Independence Day on the 4th, and the 4th is a Tuesday. So usually the attendance of a July 5th show would be poor, to say the least. So they're pretty much doing a full tour of our northern country here to take care of things. You got Saskatoon, you got Regina, you got Edmonton, and you're going to get the finals in Calgary. I got a feeling they aren't allowed to announce Collision quite yet, or very well could be a Battle of the Belt special that could be coming up from Calgary if people aren't, if they don't announce Collision by then. If you guys are wondering what the hell I'm talking about, AEW has been rumored to have a second 2-hour show coming up on the Saturday night time slot. Why would you stand there while a guy's winding up for a clothesline? Like, with all God-given respect. Really? Look at this guy. Guess you should find some AEW talent to book. Hey, Jupe, if they're going to be around, why not? Just pin the freaking... Even Ard's like, what the hell? Well, that's what I mean. Like, they're going to be up here like... I find it weird that Top Talent actually booked their next show for June. Maybe they're going to do a July show. Who knows? But I would absolutely want to book some talent on the same week as Dynamite's in town, right? At least he's gone down for a cover now. He's not putting a foot on there. But yeah, that is absolutely big. Like, the Owen Hart Cup Finals, I got a feeling they wanted to do the original one to finish off at sorry, Jupiter, you just threw me for a loop here. Got a meeting Friday. Cool opportunities come forth. If it goes well, just make... I wish you nothing but the best, Jupe. Like, seriously, you and Shout have done yeoman's work trying to keep up with the Alberta scene, especially in Calgary. Like, it's freezing up to... Freezing up? Oh. No, I'm not getting any rendering lag or anything here, Jupe, so I don't know. I got a feeling your internet's crashing now with this big announcement that came up with Dynamite here, so... Okay. I like this promo out of Arn here. $150 talent. Ooh. The guy in the background's like, maybe, possibly. Well, that seems like normal. Uh-oh. I think Arn had to carry that promo a little bit longer because the audio cue didn't click in. And speaking of crazy Canadians, we got Creepy Little Bastard coming out here with this new version of Junglesaurus. Well, at least we're going to get a battle of the big man out of this. It's interesting to see that they're going to use a big man like Luchasaurus as the first opponent for Wardlow here. Well, I guess technically he's the third opponent because he lost it to Wardlow and had to get, or lost it to Hobbs and had to get it back. But because Luchasaurus is going to win? I don't know. Unless they want to find some way to push Wardlow up into that MJF feud, which I think is way too early right now. All right, well, we're getting an extra minute here of FaceTime for both Christian and Luchasaurus. Honestly, I'd love to see Luchasaurus win as well. Wardlow loses a lot lately and Luchasaurus needs to be established. I don't know. With Tony Khan, he has a way of just letting his faces win, period. This title passed around more than HLW, so... Nice. The look on Renee's face is priceless. She looks like she's going to get sick. Ugh. So when does the double cross happen? Does it actually happen at Double or Nothing? Or do we get... Here's the question for you, chat. Now, I'll ask you before this match goes down here tonight. There's 3 different options we could have here. Do we go Darby Allin winning this? Do we get Darby Allin win this match tonight, getting to face MJF? Do we get this legitimately happening all the way to Double or Nothing, and all of a sudden... Oh, God. Renee breaking characters, starting to smile about this. They're doing it top of the second... Okay. Honestly, if these two end up in a tag team, I'd like it. They're both so obnoxious. Renee corpsing, yeah. No, there's 3 options we got here off this feud. Either Darby wins tonight, Jungle Boy gets involved, screws everything up, and we get back to that 4-way that that MJF is scared of. Or Sammy wins and Sammy turns on him at the pay-per-view and it actually turns out to be a decent match. I think Sammy wins, then go on with a 4-way anyway. I think if MJF interferes, they could actually set that up. So that would make a lot of sense as well. But I like the fact that we have 3 different options here. I don't know about you guys, but I think that 3 different options that we could get here realistically tonight. And all of them are very stereotypical, right? Like we've seen all this before. And that's the thing I think MJF... the MJF is trying to counter here is... are we going... Is everybody trying to push the envelope to try and find something they've never seen before? Or are you just going to go out there and try and entertain the fans? Because I'll be frank. Well, I'll be Mike, but that's, I'll throw that easy joke out of the way right now. There is an art to being a wrestler that gets lost on many people these days. The art of storytelling, the art of wanting people to be a part of your show. It doesn't mean you have to pull out these wild new maneuvers all the time. It's giving the people a reason to care, whether it's to like you or hate you. And the fact that a lot of people have a hard time trying to get that done makes it so, okay, if I can't do this, then I'm going to do this to make them give a crap about this match. And for me, that turns into a lot of what I call video game wrestling. So, and if you don't know what video game wrestling is, it's moves for the sake of moves. And a lot of people are doing just crazy moves for the sake of crazy moves here. So, once again, shout out to Privileged James Crowder and Ulti Supplements for supplying the hydrate for the early part of the stream here tonight. Well, it looks like this might be the last chance you get to see anything in FLA Live for a while, unless the Bruins have something different to say about it. Oh, that's what I forgot to put up here. Now that it's working. I love the new shirt, by the way. Be Real, the Blackpool Combat Club. So are we going to get Takeshita and Omega as our main event tonight? Or do we get Taya and... If we get Taya and Jade as our main event, that might be the possibility here where they're finally going to pull the trigger and get that championship off of Jade tonight. I love how they say, oh, somebody has to receive a bye in a 3-man tournament. No, you have a goddamn round robin. Sorry about my French there, but you have a round robin. Everybody goes 1-1, and then you end up with the 4-way. To me, that would be the way to make this make more sense, but still think we get the 4-way. I think everybody pretty much agrees with that point. Like, we're going to end up with this 4-way somehow. I hope we do, frankly, although MJF Darby would be fun. We've already had that, and that's the thing. The matches that we've already had... All right, get this off my screen already. Sorry, as the phone I had muted, so... Oh, no, you're right. Like, no, that's absolutely it. No, in my opinion here, when it comes to this 4-way, I think we still got to have it. I would have liked to see them wait and let these guys develop a little bit more to have this. MJF interferes tonight. Jungle Boy comes out. TK makes it a 4-way. I think that's the smartest way to do it, Darth Mick. I'm with all you guys today. Like, I think we should get a 4-way match. But now we got... Oh, God. Pickles! We got Pickles out here tonight. And that's not a wrestler. Better than your dill and you know it? Okay. Get me a jar of those. MJF Cap Bench 225. The only thing about the 4-way is you're burning a couple singles feuds you could have had with Jungle Boy and Sammy. Not necessarily. You could actually still have that. Whoa!
Call this a sucker riot? Come on, boys. Let's take him to school. Oi! Oi! Oi!
Our local establishment. Thank you for the raid here tonight. I do appreciate it. Great having you here. We're just halfway into AEW Dynamite. For those that are new here, welcome. I am Mike the Ref, variety streamer, wrestling commentator, fighting game enthusiast. I could go over with 17 other different compliments, but I'm sure the chat will come up with them as we go along here. But welcome to our AEW Dynamite Sidecast. We are watching the feed off of TBS in the States and TSN here in Canada. Unfortunately, we can't put the video on our screens because, you know, that whole takedown thing. So, how are you guys doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well over at OLE. I know you guys are going crazy busy these days. It's not too often you guys end up getting a double book like you do tomorrow with Paranormal and your review of the last PPW show out in Saskatchewan here. Let me... Oh, I don't want to be so rude here. Sorry, I keep forgetting we do have this this new code here that we could use for this. So let's go. There we go. If you guys are interested, please give our local establishment a follow. Just click the little heart there, and it will give you the follow instantly here. I am getting better at this stuff, honest. I find it funny. I've officially streamed on Twitch for 5 years. Like, we had our 5-year celebration, but now apparently I'm getting my affiliate anniversary coming up in a month here, or 2 months here. MJF tried to sell pickles during this match. Like, is it bad that Sammy's gear looks like he's doing pickles right now? Because yeah, if you look at the construction of the of Sammy's tights there, yeah, I know it's snakeskin. I know that's what it's supposed to be, but unfortunately, it looks like dill too. Yeah, like, I wonder if anybody else is going to bring up that idea. And one thing I do have to say about this match here that I'm actually shocked about. Prior to what we saw, like, well, let's face it, based on these two, I expected a lot more high flying around the outside. Oh, Darby with his helicopter once again. Like, is this seriously like an old WCW promo where MJF just comes out here just to put over whatever he can for himself now? One thing about MJF, and I love him, and sometimes he's a sniveling the heel, peg opponents to lose, etc. But when he wrestles, he can go toe-to-toe with everyone while cheating. Kind of feels like they can't decide if he's Miz or Triple H. That is, you know, Adam, I'm going to give you absolute one of those right there. That is a very good comparison to figure out what they're... I don't think he has the experience enough to make him Triple H. Because the other thing about Triple H is, up until he started, even while he was with China, he didn't have that credibility yet. It took that feud with Austin to really seal him up as a cerebral assassin, really, and get that character really going. And the comparisons to MJF actually make a lot of sense here. And it also, oh, there we go. There's a low blow. All right, there you go. And the pose. So here it comes. There's your ECW chat. I bet you I probably could have used it earlier for Bandido, but like, he acts scared when he wrestles, but he doesn't look like a guy that should be scared. Here's the other thing. There's a little bit of a lot of people in a guy like MJF right now. Like, you're seeing The Miz, you're seeing Triple H. I even see a little bit of Ric Flair in him. Between the promo game and the chicken shit that he runs around in the ring with, acting like he went for an hour just like Flair regularly would, especially with a guy like Steamboat. Yeah, it's a big comment. Like, I honestly feel that MJF can be the future of wrestling. Like, as much as we denounce and behoove him, but the thing is, AEW doesn't have that top end that they want to burn through right now. And this is where we're going back to what we were talking about, earlier in the show. That balance between established veterans and newbies and whatnot. For the fact that they had so many established stars And what I mean by established is pre-established, like wrestlers that have been in other promotions, gotten themselves over, have that reputation, are drawing fans in. It was time that they had someone who was an original get in there. Now, were you going to put a face in that position? I don't know if there was any original face right now that you could really say would fit into that spot. Hey, Andrew, how you doing, sir? Good to see you here tonight. Hope all is doing well. I hope the RTG golf tournament is filling up quite quick for you here. You guys are about to get into it. I'll admit I'm taking a little bit of time off. I'm not going into any extra baseball leagues or golf tournaments or anything like that. I got the Electric Show League going right now. Once June comes, we're going to be extremely busy around here. I got a secondary announcement I'm going to make for you guys later on, but I want to make sure that I have everything together for you guys. And I want to talk to my other partners about it too. So MJF could be a top heel for years. The key is doing it without getting boring. And that's the problem right now. Yeah, Gert, I'm getting back to that here. It's to the point here where MJF's promos are good, but he needs somebody to tighten them up so he doesn't get boring. And frankly, right now, he is doing... Like, his promos are basically... I think we've discussed it on here more than once. His promos are... Jesus! That was a hell of a reversal. Like, you're so used to that dive out to the front, like that straightforward dive, straight into that cutter. That was awesome. So why is he bringing a table out now? Like, I get it. This is... When it comes to AEW, they are a little more ECW when it comes to the rules. Also, the reason why I brought that clip out. But... I wonder if they're going to follow the golden rule here. If you bring the table out and set it up, you're the one who goes through it. Unless you're about to get absolutely schmacked here. Jesus! Sammy Guevara with the Spanish fly right out of nowhere here. Sorry, I just got this important text I got to respond back to here. By the way, I'll let you guys know right now, it is official as of my cell phone. We will be hosting a Double or Nothing watch party at Beer Keg coming up live for the show, so it's going to be free of charge to get in, so... Oh, God. Oh, God. 6:30. Oh, my goodness. That is nuts. There we go. Yeah. Honestly, they're going to have to do more to kill Darby off than that. We all know that. Sorry about the silence there for a second. I just had to respond back via text. Uh-oh. Man, that was a shotgun, to say the least. Really? Really? They're pulling the Eddie Guerrero. They're pulling the Eddie Guerrero. Seriously. They never do disqualifications here. Give me Sammy versus Guevara versus Phoenix versus El Fakingo in a random ladder match. All right, they had the graphic ready to go already. That's always fun. Here comes Jungle Boy. Let me guess, we're going to get one of those buzz down. Gotta love the consistent rules. For I was wondering how long it would take for you to get into there, Zodiac. But I will say that odds are we are going to get the four-way now. Because this whole segment isn't even done yet. Or maybe we're not, and we're going to get Darby versus Jungle Boy. Could we get that? Could we get that? Okay, hear me out. Tornado tag street fight. Oh, please, somebody change that graphic right now just to shut him up. Really? It won't end up one-on-one for the title? No, I don't think so. There's Tony. There we go. It wasn't even going to last. Ha! 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 But... Okay. All right, here we go. Zodiac. Okay, this is how they're going to do it. That makes a lot of sense. The look on MJF was absolutely priceless there. Those eyes bugging out, that is a characteristic that's where I see that Flair coming out too. Because you see that intensity come out of Flair when he's fired up. You see those eyes just bugging out of his head like that. So this is how they drag it out. And Zodiac, you were bang on. I don't know about the tornado part, but let's face it, it's AEW. We're going to get that anyway. But now they got to play the coexist card. See, it's funny because sorry, I'm getting thrown off by seeing that Yankees championship there. Like, prick is an underrated insult. I want a match where they write wills beforehand. That would be fun. That would definitely be fun. Okay, so we got 45 minutes left, and we got one segment and 2 matches. JJ, you are good. Absolutely. Sorry. Commercial. Gotta get that pose in for you there. Triple Cage of Doom? Let's not get stupid here. Maybe they could do that for the Elite or something. Actually, that, if you could do the Triple Cage of Doom with the Blackpool Combat Club in the cages and the Elite trying to escape through them. Now we're maybe thinking into something. Let's get that out of there. Tony Khan on a pole mat. Here's the problem with that, Zodiac. Tony Khan on a pole match. He's so small that he'd probably stand on the pole. All the blood for this 4-way, yeah, like... you know what? It's one of those matches that... it's going to main event, but it almost doesn't feel like a main event yet. Well, I get it. They still got 3 more weeks to get through this here, but... 4 more weeks in this case. But to me, they got to work on building this up. Because to me, this just doesn't feel like... this isn't the match that's going to sell you pay-per-view. Like, as of right now, Double or Nothing to me feels like they are just trying to... they're just trying to get things set up right now, which makes sense. But, bro, let's go. Bro. No, sorry, I got to get this in the right voice here. Hold on. Bro. Let's go, Russimo, bro. This is going to be great, bro. I think I might need to have to do that as a redemption here sometimes. Maybe I'll have to put some points up. You got that I have to do it at 5 minutes in a wrestling personality voice or something to that effect. Orange Cassidy versus Vikingo to main event Double or Nothing. Right now, I'm just gonna throw this out here, and I'm just based on everything that I feel right now and everything I see and everything, and this might be a bit of a slight. And this is what we were talking about with the established versus the new stars. But for me right now, the main event of Double or Nothing, whether it's the factual main event or the proposed main event, Chris Jericho and Adam Cole right now is the only match right now that feels like it's got that passion, it got that fire, got that reason to be. Like, I get it, the title's important, but at the same time, there's nothing with any of those other guys that makes me feel like it's that important. Ha! The car is full. There's nobody in it. You would think that Sammy would want to get changed too before we get going. Maybe it's just me, but in my LA Knight voice, yeah. Ugh. Sammy just gonna leave Tay behind? Well, Tay's got her. Never mind. She's too busy filming her Bang energy drink commercials for Instagram right now. Adam Cole's like, give me a mic. We're not doing any shenanigans. Let's go. And I've always wondered, why did Cole go after Jericho while he's wearing a spiked jacket? Oh. Cole hates swearing. He has said it point blank. He absolutely detests swearing. I wouldn't mind Sammy being the champ, but we know the end result. Yeah, it's sort of obvious. Jericho reminds me of how scared I was of LOD as a kid. I thought the spikes were real and going to kill someone. Honestly, when they did interviews, they mentioned the reason that they wore those spikes is because they didn't want to get jumped from behind coming down to the ring. They were used to gang fights. Cole taking MJF down when it happens. All right, give me one sec, guys. The neighbors outside have decided to play a little extra rumba music. Had to shut my door there. Okay. Really? All right, the four... Who's coming in? Oh, please tell me. Please tell me the Undisputed Era come out. This is how you bring Kyle O'Reilly back, please. Oh, no. Best friends. Oh. Okay. Orange Cassidy Bandido. This is an interesting choice. There's still going to be one more. Look, Jericho look like Sam Kinison. Absolutely. I'll give you a gold coin for that. Wait a second. What? Roderick Strong? Undisputed Era's coming back, boys. Here we go. Here we go. Here we freaking go. Olympic slam to Hager. Attaboy, here we go. And the Messiah the Backbreaker gets another shot in. Here we go. You want to have a solid debut here? And just wait, we got one more on the shelf that's coming back. We got Kyle O'Reilly sitting out there. I'll get into it in a sec. I want to see this. This is... Goddamn! Yeah, baby! Oh, this is awesome. Those are the best ones, Darth Mick, when you don't know. That you don't know he's coming out. And that's just what I love about AEW. 95% of the time, the surprises are hidden. CM Punk was known intentionally. Love the Undisputed Era. Yeah. Like, you're not going to see Bobby Fish back because, well, Bobby Fish is Bobby Fish. About time Roderick left WWE? Damn right. Well, and here's the thing. He did ask for his release earlier from his contract. And, oh, God, no. Damn it. Why do we have to have QTV? I love this Hobbs thing. Like, I was with you until you weren't. I like this. Hobbs just comes in. He's like, we need to fix this. Plan B, I guarantee maybe it's going to be Orange Cassidy. Who knows? So they're doing the tag match as the main event. This is going to be fun. So Roderick Strong did ask for his release out of his contract. And it wasn't granted. Sort of like what the Grizzly Young Veterans in NXT just did. They asked for their release and didn't get released. So they've actually announced that October 14th and 15th they've been released out of their contract. They probably wanted to get out of it sooner so they could be part of All In at Wembley, which I guarantee a lot of people would. But, and Roddy got the banner. That's a win. So Taya's out here to face Jade tonight. I think this will be a decent match, but the fact that it's not the main event and the fact that Jade is like 3,000-0 right now for her record, I don't think you're going to get a position where they're going to get a title change tonight. If they would have put this as the main event, I might have felt it, but your money's on Jade. Oh, if you guys are wondering, for the time being, I've canceled the predictions part of it for the show just because we were always getting one person betting and that was it, or one or two maybe. As we start growing, as we get some bigger numbers, maybe I'll start working on getting some... I'll start working a little bit more on polls. I'll still be working more... There's a lot of things I still have to work about on this sidecast here, so... Jade's winning forever. They can't... I'm convinced they don't have a plan. It's a possibility. Like, I'm not going to doubt it there. Zodiac, like... I still feel... I love it. Jade, she's my idol, but I wouldn't mind Taya winning. Jade equals Roman Reigns. Absolutely. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that she's Roman Reigns in the title right now. My prediction is that they are still staying with Canadian. Except Jade wins clean. Yeah, that's a very important point here. I love Jade, but the streak's around its course. It isn't like Roman. I don't go into her matches thinking she'll lose. Yeah. My personal opinion, my personal thought for everything that's gone on with it right now, I'm thinking that they're still looking at the original person who was supposed to take that title off her to be the person who actually does. And that was Chris Statlander. She was mentioned to be the one to take that championship off. She had the momentum going, and then she got another knee injury. You bow to your queen? That means I have to get up. I'm not bowing nobody. I read Kevin Nash will end their streak at some point. Once again, thank you for the hydrate. Once again, sponsored. Thank you, PJC and Alti Sups. If you guys want a link for a hell of a tasty supplement drink, please feel free to let me know. I will send you Crowder's way. I used to have one of those. Right now, I'm just focusing on the content, and I'll tell you right now, focusing on that YouTube channel is absolutely freaking amazing right now with what we're going on. She's credible AF, though. Cargo's awesome, and she looks like a beast. Yeah, like, think of it this way. Jade was maybe 4 or 5 matches in, and she ended up teaming up with Shaq in that match against Cody Rhodes against Red Velvet. They had enough faith in Jade to put her in that spot. Jeff Jarrett would be a good choice to be Jade too. Imagine that. There's a different kind of heat for that one, Zodiac. It also reminds me sort of back when, what was it, 2018, they had the first Women's Royal Rumble. And then Nia Jax shows up in the Men's Royal Rumble and gets the crap beat out of her by Dean Ambrose. And everybody cheered the hell out of it because nobody really wanted to see Nia in there because there was no reason for it. I'm sorry, but my groin hurts just seeing that splits there. That was a nice move. Have you all seen how much weight Nia's lost? She's looking absolute. You know what? I will always give credit to somebody like Nia who continually redefines herself. Lena Fanene, I believe her shoot name is, and what she's using right now. JJ called Zodiac a mess. No, there is a very big disdain for Jeff Jarrett on this channel, and I'll be frank. If I could get Jeff Jarrett into my 2K booking, I'd probably have him in there just to see what the kind of reaction I get out of you guys here, because that's what that fixed match card is for, right? You give there's a fixed match card where you can force the winner to be set up properly. Nah, Mike, I'm a mess. It's true. It's damn true. Crash. I can't do 2 voices at once. Sorry. I was trying to do the ECW theme for Kurt Angle and just, yeah. maybe not my best thing in the world there for it, so. But, yeah, like, I don't know why I took it off mute there at that point. Is there a saying to have JJ sing Be My Baby Tonight on 2K? That would be called hooking up YouTube to your channel here. And the other problem with that is this weird thing called DMCA that I mentioned earlier. Like, I could sing it because I'm so off key that it probably wouldn't count, you know, like. I don't know if I'm going to give that away. Wow. Wow. Did I just pull an Adam Blank there and just crack my voice there out of the blue? Holy jeez. I'll admit, I've been doing a lot of talking lately here. If you guys weren't here off the top of the show, I actually did a viewing of the... yeah, I know, that's your gimmick. I'm trying to stop, sorry. I actually did a watch of the Street Fighter 6 showcase that came out last week. That's going to be available up on the gaming YouTube page tomorrow. And yeah, we've had a lot of streams in the last few days or last few weeks here, and going to be on the Patches podcast, I believe, next weekend. Next Friday, either this Friday or next Friday. Where I sat down and we talked about Ron Simmons with the basically Patches podcast brings a wrestler and just highlights everything about him. So next Friday, thank you, Dr. Warrior. I knew you were in chat. Just waiting to bring it up there. Feel free to throw a link in the chat if you want as well, Dr. Warrior, for the entire channel for you. We're talking about Ron Simmons, his history, his past, his moveset, his career and whatnot. I really like going back and talking about old wrestlers and just a lot of them that didn't get enough credit that they deserved. And Ron Simmons definitely was one of those. And I still think that Taya, despite... Is Chris Statlander returning yet? Here's the thing, and this is one thing I really enjoy about... there's the link in the chat for you guys there. There's a website. It's one thing I like about AEW more than anything right now is the fact that because it is a privately traded company, they don't got to tell us anything. WWE is a publicly traded company, so a lot of these transactions that go on, like the releases and all that, they actually have to be reported in some document. So rather than throwing it in a document and just having the wrestling media, quote unquote media, throwing things out. Okay. A standing Canadian destroyer. I like that. Just random out of the blue there like that. Just, oh, let's go. Taya's going to know how to break that every time. She's going to have to win with the boot tonight. Oh, so, for those that don't know that double stomp move, Taya goes for the double stomp and then she goes for a moonsault. A reversing moonsault. Oh no, she's going to do a dragon suplex. Oh, that was... All right. I know that, you know what? You know in those phrases where you say, you know this is going to sound something like... Well, I'm going to say this point blank. I know this is going to sound perverted when I say this. But seriously, grab her ass when you're going to do that cover like that. If you want to complain about having the tights, get the tights! Oh my God, Aubrey, no! Oh, wow. Wow, I thought Aubrey was going to hit it. That was a bad ending, Zodiac. I'll say that. Like, all she had to do was literally just grab the tights. It would have been so much better. Oh. I would have preferred Taya hitting the Valhalla, losing the match, but still looking like a legit contender. Oh, hi, Jamie. Is she legit hurt or worked hurt? I think it's worked hurt, to be honest. Because if you were here last week, you saw that she got her, she got stomped into the metal stairs, and that's why they walked her off. I like this with Spears. I like this promo. I like the fact that they're... No, I don't like you, but we're still going to beat your ass. Not that we're not doing that here with our main event tag next week, but at the same time... BC High Rollers. I love Keith Lee's new gimmick, by the way. If Jamie's injured, why is he still... Because this happened last week. Thunder Rosa went injured. And Thunder Rosa actually said that way back when it was... Oh, okay, here we go. 8-man tag next week. All right, I can live with that. Excalibur missed out on a job of being an auctioneer. Seriously. Excalibur saying he needs to get some oxygen here. But the fact that Keith Lee, like we talked about it last, I think it was 2 weeks ago when it was, when he was in that match with Jericho, how he's basically redid himself into a character from Tekken of all things. And we're going to get into that a little bit more when we get into our playthrough of Tekken as part of our Evo showcase here on the Twitch channel. It's going to be interesting now that we're going to be able to get 2 games sort of off the books here coming up tomorrow. We're going to finish up King of Fighters, and we are going to get to start up Street Fighter as part of the demo. Definitely, it's not going to be the last stream of Street Fighter, that's for sure. Excalibur needs to retire after that. No, he just needs to get water there, so... Oh, and if you guys are wondering what I'm me talking about other streams here, usually with the last official commercial break, I do go over my streaming plans for next week, for the next week here. Once again, tomorrow we'll be doing Street Fighter 6 demo, and the King of Fighters 15 beta for crossplay beta. So hopefully we get some more matches than we did the first time we're on it. Saturday, we will be into the WWE 2K23 GM mode once again. That is, we're 2 weeks away from the from Hell in a Cell, so we're gonna get those next 2 weeks in. Sunday, I have to iron down a time here with Dadbod PJC, but the Electric Show League, so MLB The Show 23. I got my second last round robin game of this season. I got PJC this week, and then I got Warren Barris from the Bear news station. He's my last opponent. That's probably going to be one of those 10 p.m. streams of all things. It's going to be a late one. And then looking probably next Monday. Next Monday we'll be on. I'm not 100% sure where we're going to go with that. Oh, and check out the first part of the GM mode playthrough, and I'll watch the rest to get caught up. I appreciate that. Thank you, Adam. And for anybody that's looking for that playthrough there, once again, there's our gaming channel. Look, I'm going to be straight with you guys. Completely straight up with you guys. Normally when you're dealing with a YouTube channel, and I brought this up before, you have your watch hours and you have your subscribers. You got to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, like hours that people watch your videos. Normally the 1,000 subscribers is easy because you got, people just click on it, say subscribe, they'll watch 30 seconds of a video and that's it. We're actually the opposite here. We have, I think as of today, we're at 3,300 watch hours this year and 250 subscribers. We got to push that up to 1,000 here as soon as possible to get this moved up. That's what I was looking at. Hold on. Let me blow the whistle here. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Look at that championship that Kenny Omega has around his waist right now. Switch that strap to black, and it is pretty damn close to what the WWE Championship looks like. But you can notice, this is why I like the IWGP US Championship better. It's a 2D design. You can tell from different angles what exactly it looks like. When you have that 3D logoing, or basically that 3D bulge on the bottom where the globe is, makes things stand out a little bit too much. Plagiarism is the highest form of flattery. What do you think I did with half of my streams here? Like, if you guys go check out Maximilian Dude, he's pretty much my idol when it comes to when we're doing fighting game streams here. And yeah, half the stuff I do is based off that. The reason I wanted to make sure we had an intro for every show is because of him. His is a lot more detailed than 30 seconds. It looks like a real TV show, but I digress. But yeah, if you guys could share out that YouTube channel and help us grow it. Like, we also do have our wrestling channel, which I neglect and I don't kind of thing. We have 6 videos going up there this week, including the simulcast of this thing. Of tonight's video will be going up there pretty much. It takes about 2.5 hours after the broadcast is done. It goes up on the old YouTube channel, and we also have stuff from Melball, Andre C. covering Japanese wrestling, both New Japan and Stardom. We have Astrid covering women's wrestling specifically with Melball in the Ladies Wrestling Showcase, as well as Impact Wrestling with Making an Impact with Astrid and Cody Defoe. And as a bonus this week, coming out tomorrow, Andre and Melball did basically a breakdown of the Top Talent Pro Wrestling show that happened a couple weeks ago with Eva Luno coming into town here to take on Harlan Abbott, formerly known as Heavy Metal, as well as Matcha Slamovich against Ava Lawless in a street fight for the Top Talent Wrestling Championship. So all the details of that are in that link to the Backbreaker video channel. I love how Danielson's like, I don't know what Jericho. I can't speak for Moxley. I don't know what he's thinking. Oh, and there's Sabian. I love Butcher with that standing cross body like that. And Sabian just, let's just hop on the apron and do a standing moonsault. I also love Sabian's Mick Foley look there with no shirt, but he definitely has a tie on. Yeah. Like, I don't see Butcher or Blade winning this, and we've already had one disqualification tonight, so those happen once every 6 years here in AEW, so I don't see it happening anytime soon for having a second one here, so. But I can see the BCC coming out to beat up these two, and then maybe we'll get... this might be the night where Hangman Page comes back. But you got to admit, all in all tonight, we had a surprise in Roderick Strong coming into AEW, which I think everybody would have saw when you put the tea leaves together. That's where he was going to end up. I'd have to say the wrestling overall, like, there has been some sloppiness to the matches. Well, let's not even kid ourselves here. Bandido and Orange Cassidy, there was a point where the quality turned down quite a bit. Jeff Jarrett, Dax Harwood, well, I could let the chat start roasting over that one over an open fire. Jade versus Taya was not bad except for the ending. Wardlow destroyed local talent. Sort of normal. Then we got this main event, which I don't know if Kenny Omega really has a bad match in him. Basically, he'd have to have both arms in a cast for him to even have a 4-star match some days. Like, it's amazing how much people can take for granted what Kenny Omega could do. And I will say this, like, I'm not a big fan of the orchestrated style sort of that Omega does and the Bucks do. Sort of like that video game wrestling like I was talking about earlier, where it's slow down, it's choreographed, it doesn't feel like a fight at times. But that's also me growing up as part of being a WWF fan, right? But I can sure as hell respect the abilities of a guy like Omega and the way that he's so over with this crowd. Like, all right, that was a little off. Takeshita went down and Butcher went back. Like I said, the wrestling tonight has been... And that clothesline was a little off, too. It's been pretty solid, yeah. Not a big fan of the Elite, but when there are matches where logic kind of disappears, they steal the show every time. That's exactly it. Like, one of the best matches ever is the Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks in that steel cage at All In 2020, I do believe it was. One of the best shows ever for AEW, just straight up. It's been a pretty solid show. There's been some clunky spots, but all in all, we're in that little doldrum that we're not used to when it comes to other promotions. Like, when you have a promotion like WWE, for example, that have pay-per-views every month, you don't really have like a time off. Like a little low period for everything. But with AEW, you got like 2-3 months to fill in between cards, and that's like I said, when it comes to the 4 pillars, we still have time to fix this. The cage match, one of the best you ever seen, absolutely. Like, that whole card right there from that All In might be the best card I've ever seen in my life. I said it before and I'll say it again about that. Full credit here to Rick Knox, because he's used to deal with kind of matches like this. He's the Bucks' personal referee. Sort of like Charles Robinson is to Ric Flair kind of thing. And there goes Omega again, landing on his tailbone. It's going to be 4 or 5 times he's done that. All right, that's it. I love how Takeshita doesn't even get his music, even though he got the pinfall. They came out to Omega's music. Omega's music plays when they win, right? Are we playing the mental game, or are we playing the Oh, he fucked up. He fucked up. He fucked up. Ha! Danielson's trying. He bombed that so bad. Yeah, this is when you get... Yeah. Wow. Danielson. Wow. Did watch the main event. You know how it ends. You don't know everything about it. Here come the Bucks. Jesus. All right. Are we going to use this screwdriver now? Did he mean the Elite as a group? I think he was being Elite in general. And then as soon as he heard himself, he's like, no, I'm going to correct myself. And Takeshita. Oh my, here we go. And this is where Takeshita joins the BCC. No way. Oh, God. All right. Well, that was great and anticlimactic all at the same time. There's no real drama built up to it. I think mainly for the fact that they're running overtime already. But this is definitely leading into blood and guts. Like, I can't see it not doing that now between these guys. Like, all right, I get it. This feud is getting very personal right now, but I got a feeling this is going to be our blood and guts match going forward. They usually do it in June, so... And it looks like we might end up getting Stadium Stampede with the... Yeah, exactly, Zodiac. I'm with you there. Like, give that a second to breathe. Let it... It almost just appeared out of nowhere. That's the part that frustrated me here. But it looks like we might get Team Cole versus Team Jericho for a Stadium Stampede match. That sort of is Jericho's thing every year at Double or Nothing. Like, he actually doesn't have usually doesn't have a normal match. He usually has one of those chaos, whether you can pre-record or just have craziness go on kind of matches. And yeah, once again, Jade and... I got to feel that Jade and Taya might actually carry over to Double or Nothing once again after this, or they might just ignore it and move on to maybe Statlander or somebody, but that was a weak ending to that match. And then, well, the international title is probably the most over title right now. And just banger after banger matches. Does Hangman get involved? If so, does he join the Elite or BCC? Then who comes in as the 10th man? I would say you're probably looking at Hangman joining the Elite. And Takeshita, there might be a way here that Takeshita ends up on the other way around. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Adam. Great seeing you once again, and hopefully we'll see you soon. My personal feeling is the Elite and Hangman do get back together somehow here. I still got a stinking suspicion Takeshita's going to end up over at the over on the BCC side, despite this cut right now. There needs to be more of a character on Takeshita before they finally decide what they're finally going to do with this. But that's something we could look at next week as we're going along here.